Your financial advisor just made $25,000, not over the course of a year, not from managing your portfolio through a volatile market, from one meeting, one handshake, one signature on an indexed annuity contract that locks up your retirement savings for the next decade. And if you're watching this thinking, well, that's not my advisor, I spent 3 weeks digging through FINRA enforcement records, insurance commission schedules, and a Senate investigation from 2024. What I found is that the person sitting across the desk from you at that free retirement seminar, the one with the nice suit and the reassuring handshake, they might have earned more from that single appointment than most Americans bring home in 6 months. What nobody talks about is how the entire system is designed to make that payday happen. The annuity industry did $434 billion in sales in 2024 alone, and indexed annuities, the ones agents love to recommend to retirees, accounted for $125 billion of that. Why do agents love them? Because indexed annuities pay the highest commissions in the business. We're talking 5 to 8% of whatever you invest paid up front the moment the ink dries. On a $500,000 retirement rollover, that's $25,000 to $40,000 in commission. From one conversation. A basic fixed annuity, that pays 1 to 3%. An immediate annuity, same range. So when your advisor steers you toward the index product with the fancy income rider and the complicated illustrations, ask yourself which product is best for your retirement and which is best for their mortgage. I personally think this is the most overlooked part of the entire financial advice industry. Not fraud, not illegal activity. Just a compensation structure so lopsided that it almost doesn't matter whether the advisor is a good person or not. The incentive is doing all the talking, and the bonuses don't stop at the commission check. Senator Elizabeth Warren's 2024 investigation found that at least 29 insurance companies offered agents kickbacks, including week-long resort vacations, cash bonuses of $4,500 for writing just 3 policies, and extra credits for pushing specific products. One company offered a 10% cash bonus on top of the already massive commission. If you're wondering how that's even legal, so is everyone else. Pay attention to this next detail because it explains everything about why you can't just change your mind. The surrender charge. This is the lock on the cage. When you buy a 10-year indexed annuity, you agree to a penalty schedule that can start at 10 or even 12% and takes a full decade to reach zero. The Athene Performance Elite 10, a real product you can look up today, charges 12% if you withdraw in the first 3 years. The Allianz 222 holds at 10% for 3 full years before it starts declining. That's not fine print trivia. If you're 72 and you put $400,000 into one of these contracts, then 3 years later you need $200,000 for a medical emergency at a hospital billing department, you can take out $40,000 penalty-free. The other $160,000, that costs you roughly $16,000 to $19,000 in surrender charges. Your own money. You're paying a penalty to access your own money. Most contracts include nursing home waivers. Sounds reassuring until you read the conditions. They typically require 60 to 90 consecutive days in a qualified care facility before they kick in. They don't cover conditions that existed before you bought the annuity, and they usually don't activate until the first contract anniversary. So if you buy the annuity in March and need nursing care in November, tough luck. That's the kind of number that makes accountants cry. And this is the part where things stop being funny, because the selling tool that makes all of this possible is the income rider. This is, in my opinion, the single most misunderstood financial product being sold to retirees today. Your advisor shows you a projection. Your money grows at a guaranteed 7% per year. Sounds amazing, right? Your $200,000 becomes $340,000 in 10 years. Except that $340,000 isn't your money. It's a phantom number called the benefit base. You cannot withdraw it. You cannot transfer it. Your heirs don't get it when you die. It exists for one purpose only, to calculate a monthly income payment. Your actual money, the accumulation value, is sitting in a completely separate account. That account is being charged a rider fee of roughly 1% per year, pulled from the real balance, not the phantom one. It's also earning index credits limited by caps that are much lower than what you'd get without the rider attached. After a decade of fees and capped returns, your real $200,000 might actually be worth less than when you started. Meanwhile, the illustration your advisor showed you had the big impressive number on it, the one you can never touch. And no, I'm not making that up. A Rhode Island insurance regulator said publicly, and I'm paraphrasing here, that she's been an insurance attorney for 20 years and even she gets confused by these product illustrations. The insurance company knows exactly what it's doing. When you start taking income at 65, that $17,000 a year comes out of your real account balance, not the company's pocket. They're just handing you back your own money, minus fees, for 15 to 20 years before they ever pay a single dollar from their own reserves. By which point, you need to be in your late 80s or 90s for the guarantee to actually mean anything. If you're getting something out of this, hit subscribe. I cover how industries profit off retirees every single week, and the next video in this series is going to make this one look tame. All right, so here's where things get actionable, because I refuse to be one of those channels that scares you and then leaves you hanging. Only about 5% of financial professionals in the United States are true fee-only fiduciaries. That means roughly 95 out of every 100 people calling themselves a financial advisor have some kind of commission incentive influencing what they recommend. The title, financial advisor, has no legal definition. Neither does retirement specialist or wealth strategist. Anyone can print those on a business card. A fee-only fiduciary charges you directly, usually a flat fee or a percentage of assets, and is legally required to put your interests first at all times. A commission-based agent earns money from the products they sell to you. The difference between those two things is the difference between a doctor who prescribes what you need and a doctor who prescribes whatever the pharmaceutical company pays him the most to recommend. You have 3 free tools to protect yourself. FINRA Broker Check at brokercheck.finra.org shows you any advisor's registration, complaints, and disciplinary history. The SEC's Investment Advisor Public Disclosure Database shows how an advisor gets paid and what conflicts they have. And NAPFA, the National Association of Personal Financial Advisors, has a directory of vetted fee-only fiduciaries who have signed a written oath to put clients first. There's also FINRA's Senior Helpline at 844-574-3577. Since it launched, that line has helped return over $7 million to investors, most of them over 70. And finally, the one question. The single sentence that will tell you everything you need to know about the person sitting across the desk. How do you get paid? 4 words. If the answer is clear, specific, and involves a flat fee or a percentage you pay directly, you're probably in good hands. If the answer is vague, if they talk about how the product pays for the advice, if they redirect to benefits and guarantees and projections, or if they hesitate for even a second, stand up, thank them for their time, and walk out. Remember that $25,000 commission from the beginning of this video? That's not a bug in the system. That's the system working exactly as it was designed. The question is whether it was designed for you or for the person collecting the check. YouTube thinks you'll like this video, so click it. And if you made it to the end, subscribe.